Yeah.
Smith does not have awesome wings. So.
Yeah.
No. And no longer hair. I think I have longer hair than Smith.
Do you know that I actually spent a summer in Malibu in that house?
Oh, did you really?
The sushi house. I call it the sushi house.
It is the sushi house.
Isn't that funny?
Oh,
By
I got
accident.
stories.
I walked in, I was like, I know this house.
And you had rented it just for the summer?
My friend did.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, yeah, I call it the sushi house.
So are we going to see you kicking a lot of ass in this season?
I believe so.
She brings the ass kickingness.
Yeah, it's a technical term.
It is.
You're going to coin that ass kickingness?
Ass kickingness, that's
You
mine.
should.
I've got
You
witnesses.
should.
Yeah.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag ass
So
kickingness.
in the first episode, we find out a little bit about each character. We find out that Bobo and Olivia are both human, but you have some skill sets that seem kind of fast.
Oh, yeah.
Are there going to be some more backstory about your character, obviously being human, coming into a city where it's just full of supernatural entities?
Yes, there's definitely a backstory, and actually, as the season goes on, we learn about each character, and each character has a dark past, and it's kind of like what is that past has brought them to midnight. And with my character, she has had an incredibly traumatic childhood, which has led her to not trusting people, to having huge anger issues, and also to doing what she does for a living. But what I loved about her is she does what she does because she's fighting the good fight, and she protects the people she loves. And she doesn't say I love you, but she says it by protecting them. And so there's still so much good in this person that's had so much bad happen to them. And that's what I love about her.
Nothing says love like a bullet.
You know?
Coining that one as well.
You talked a little bit about your character was not supposed to fly for some reason. We don't know why. Like, can you talk a little bit about like what his secret is, or without why it's so?
No, I think I
keep
can
it?
give that one all the way away. We're in midnight to avoid the world, and so many of us are there hiding our supernatural selves if we can. Some of us can't. She's like her. She's just stunning. I mean, you can't hide that. But
I paid him to say that. Oh my God! Look, it's a little mini me, Mike.
so he's there because he doesn't want to engage the world at the level of his being an angel. He is trying to live a life just simply and humbly.
But he's gonna be forced into it with the
Well,
reveal.
damn it, things happen, and you're just gonna have to watch to find out why.
So was it like the first time you saw the effects in place and yourself with those wings?
Oh, good, really good. I was, you're hoping that it's gonna look good because I can't control that. And I had to shoot the pilot scene in 30-degree weather at dawn. 27.
Albuquerque
actually.
weather is really tough.
27 degrees. I guess I did 17 on the show. Dylan Bruce said it was 17 that night.
I believe it.
So, you're hoping that, I did some body things and pretended like they were coming out of me, and I was hoping I didn't look ridiculous, and it didn't. I thought it looked great. So.
I think in the panel they were saying something about, pardon me, your nipples being left time.
Yeah, that's our wonderful cast.
People often reference his nipples and his six pack.
That's because I have loving cast members like Dylan. Dylan's very colorful with his language. I'm sure you've already experienced that.
Yeah, the panel was fantastic. When he said that, I was like, why is
He's amazing.
Yeah. Did you go and read the books after you got cast, or were you familiar with them at all?
I did. I was not familiar with them before. When I auditioned, I knew it was based on a book series, so I was aware of them then. Once I got the part, I immediately bought both books. The third one actually was on its way to coming out, and then when it came out, I bought that as well, and just started diving into research. But I actually feel like every cast member read the books immediately and did their own research.
I remember hounding Charlene when she came for the pilot, maybe
That's
we
so
could get a sneak preview.
That's so funny. I was the opposite. I was so in love with her and so blown away that this woman wrote all of these books, and I was like, I'm not going to ask her anything, and if she tells me to tweak anything, I will. But otherwise, I'm just going to like love her and say hi and leave. I was like kind of starstruck.
With your character, there's a lot of physicality with Olivia. So did you do any like specific type of training for this particular role?
Non-stop, yeah.
I did like 2 to 3 hours of training a day. So I would go from weapon training to fight training to fight choreography to conditioning. And so I was doing everything from like learning how to do different weapons to kickboxing, boxing, you name it. And I really wanted to, for me, it wasn't just about the fight scenes, it was about Olivia lives in a world where she has to be prepared at any moment for anything. And so I wanted to feel that from the inside out. The only way I knew how to do that was to train myself, not only to know these moves, but to also kind of live in a place where I could constantly feel like I had the self-protection I needed. I had the self-defense I needed to. And so I told John Koyama, who was our stunt trainer, who's like taught me everything I know. He's my man. And he took it pretty seriously. He pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. And I was taking ice baths. And the next day when I didn't want to work out, he would make me work out. He would just like bring me some sore muscle treatment. So we really went for it. But I was so grateful I had the opportunity. I learned a lot, and I hope that it shows throughout the season.
I was going to say, the end result is fantastic. So, and then of course you already knew how to fly, so it was like
Totally, yeah.
So natural.
Yeah, that was all practical. Me.
Yeah.
Me.
It's part of what got him the job.
Yeah, just like this work, guys.
Yeah. I'm just going to flap my.
Can we